Ashby Vining shocked the banana ball world with his team-leading 3 home runs and .389 batting average in just 5 games. Today we'll get to hear from Ashby about his baseball journey, get an inside look into banana ball's developmental team, and even discuss his journey of learning to do a backflip. Welcome to the Banana Breakdown Podcast. Whether it's player interviews just like this, weekly breakdowns of the games, or post-game live streams, we love to talk about all things banana ball. Hey Ashby, welcome to the show.
What's up, guys? How are we doing?
Doing great today. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to be on the podcast and just kind of, remember some cool things and talk about the future. I'm really excited. I'm very blessed that you guys have me on, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're really excited to talk to you too. We just wanted to start with going back and hearing about your journey into banana ball, your baseball experience, and when did banana ball kind of get on your radar?
Yeah. So I get this question a lot, and it's so funny because what people don't realize is I knew about it pretty young. So I went to high school, whatever, hadn't heard of it, and I was playing my freshman year. And they popped up, and I was like, they're in the CPL. So for people who don't know, the CPL, there's a home team that's called the Blowfish in my hometown. Well, they would always play the Bananas because they were kind of the closest. It was them and Macon. So I knew who the Bananas were, and I really wanted to play for them my freshman year. But, my coach at the time just said it probably wasn't the best fit. So I went and played another league. But I'd always everyone had always said yo, this is built for you. You would be great. Because that's when they wore the kilts, and they still played in the CPL.
Yeah.
So fast forward to my sophomore year of college, the next year I go and play for the Blowfish, and we have Ty Jackson, who's on the Bananas now. We had Landry Mead, he's an OG banana guy, and I had played against a lot. Nick Clarno was the catcher for the Bananas a while ago, so I played against him when he was at LR. I think Max now is the right fielder for the Firefighters and plays a little bit of first. He was at LR, so I played, and then the Firefighters coached against me when I was playing. So I had known who the Bananas were. Another one, Juice Box, he pitched for the Bananas, and he was at LR. So I kind of knew what the Bananas were and who was all on them. So anyways, we played the Blowfish, me and Ty Jackson. The first year the Bananas leave, we actually end up winning it. I heard they ran the whole CPL and stuff like that. So the moment they left, we won. And Ty right away went to the Bananas, and it blew up. So I'm sitting there in my senior year. I the fall rolls around, and I see a thing to submit an application. So I submit an application, do the videos, and then Ty puts in a really good word for me, to one of the recruiting coordinator, Barry. And then my coach got an email about the Bananas too. So he kind of got in touch with Barry. And then, Barry, he was just we're highly considering you, to a tryout or being on the visitor. So we'll get back with you. And so I just kind of kept texting Barry, and I was very fortunate at St. Peter's, just having another really successful year and was playing really well. And Barry had reached out because it's very hard to go college straight to banana ball because they don't get to see you. You don't get it. I couldn't make a tryout, or it was just because they were in St. Louis and I'm in Jersey City and I'm still playing for a college. So it was really tough. But I was just blessed with, kind of Ty Jackson's word and how I was playing at the time. I got offered a spot to come, play on the Visitors. And then, dude, I was so excited. I took that opportunity and just tried to make it, the best thing and enjoy the best 6 weeks of my life. So yeah, that's kind of how I got there.
That's incredible. I think we'll want to dive a little bit deeper into the backstory, but first, I totally agree. Both on the entertainment side and just on the pure baseball, banana ball, athleticism side, you absolutely crushed it. It was super fun to watch.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah. So, going back a little bit, so you talked about the college a little bit. Did you play Little League at all?
And no, I did not play the Little League. So I did coach's pitch, and then I went to travel ball. That's I feel like travel ball was a really big thing when I started coming through. It went away from the Legion, and the rec ball went to the travel ball. And then I played travel ball all the way up till middle school. And then 7th grade, I was on middle school team. 8th grade, I was on JV. And then my freshman year of high school, I was on varsity from there out. And it just kind of rode ever since then. So that's kind of my baseball background, I guess. And of course, I played T-ball, but what I can really remember is the coach's pitch up.
Yeah. And then you played at St. Peter's, right?
Right, in Jersey City. Yeah.
Yeah, the Peacocks. Great.
Yeah, it's my favorite animal for people that don't know. I'm a peacock.
Great mascot.
Yeah.
So how was playing college? What was that like? Any highlights there?
Yeah. So my first 2 years, I went to Coker University at D2, and then playing in the CPL and playing so well. And playing around a lot of studs. To be honest, they were I think you can easily make the jump to D1. So I just kind of bet on myself and said, I really want to play D1 baseball. It's always been a dream to play for Omaha. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I went in the portal, had some success in the portal, and ended up at St. Peter's. And went there. I actually loved my time there. I'm definitely a city boy. It was up in Jersey City. I was 10 minutes from Times Square. So getting to go to Times Square whenever I wanted. And when my fiance came up, you talk about date nights, man, Mets, Yankees games, like restaurants. And then when my parents got to come up a lot and we got to do so many cool things, see the Statue of Liberty and just, it was a once in a lifetime opportunity I couldn't pass up, being in the Big Apple. So that was super fun. The baseball was absolutely amazing. I loved my time there. The wind was definitely something, and the weather I was probably not used to. It's so cold up there, and the wind blows every single day at our field directly in. So that was like somewhat of a challenge, but it was so much fun. I still talk to all those guys every day. And I really had I was very blessed to be there, and I probably had the most success I ever had in baseball there. And I just think a lot of that was just from, having that fun and really going there to work hard. Awesome.
Yeah, so making the jump from playing baseball all growing up, and then you play for the Visitors, and you're trying to learn the rules of banana ball and implement trick plays and things like that. How was making that jump? Was it a steep learning curve, or how did you adjust to banana ball?
Yeah, I would say like it was easy, but it wasn't. Do you know what I mean? Because I was so used to the college thing. So I think when I go into fundamentals and like when I was catching and hitting, that was like very like easy to jump into because I had just seen a live at bat a week ago. I think like I was home I think I finished college baseball, was home like 5 days, and it was out in Savannah.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
But I
my
think
gosh.
it's crazy, but I think it played to my advantage because
Yeah.
I was coming straight from a season. I didn't sit for 2 months with not seeing live at bats. But then I remember at inter squad, I struck out stepping out the box. So like I had to get used to that, like catching, like throwing it back way faster. I was definitely not used to. I was used to like, getting a sign from a coach. I called some games at St. Peter's. I'd probably called more than I didn't, but I'm still used to kind of like getting a sign and going through that. Where versus now, like I'm calling all the signs and like, which I'm used to because I did that a lot at St. Peter's, but like the move so fast. It's not like I'm not thinking like every pitch by pitch. I'm thinking 2-3 pitches ahead. Like, all right, if this fastball is a strike, this is what, if it's a ball, this is what I'm going. And like just having to process everything so fast and being so young was definitely a challenge. And then just working quick behind the plate and the cardio. I mean, I got my butt in shape quick. I was in shape, but not in banana ball shape when I got there. So those first couple, and our strength and conditioning coach does a great job, and he really helped me out getting in that banana ball shape. And kind of from there, it took off and did well. The trick plays, I just went as I go. Of course, so much trial and error. Messing up, and then finally getting some and knowing when to do them and when not to do, like having a feel. But I was blessed. We did a lot of inter squats with the Visitors. Like we played against each other 3 or 4 times a week before we even went against the Party Animals or Bananas, and we treated that just like game-like. So that definitely helped, and like I said, there was definitely some blocks in the road that I learned quick, like, hey, I can't step out the box or like things like that. But other than that, I would say like it was an easy but hard adjustment. It's kind of hard to like, you're kind of in a pickle when I say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Would you say that like if you had to pick one, catching or batting, which one was more enjoyable on the Visitors?
I would honestly, as crazy as it sounds, I would say catching. I just love like having control of that game, like, having like the fans behind me. And the cool thing about catching is like I'm such a big dancer, and like getting to dance to every player's walkout song is so enjoyable for me. And I've always said, and I always pride myself on this, I'd rather catch a good game than hit a good game, because if you catch a good game, you can win a game. Not one person can win it offensively, but you can, as a catcher, making sure no one steals, especially in banana ball, no ball by you. That was another rule I wasn't used to. So instead of not blocking, with 2 strikes and really framing, I got to block no matter what. I can't have a ball by me. So I definitely would say I definitely not lock in more behind the plate, but take pride in what I do behind the plate, because I think it is such a big role in banana ball.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, and that's super cool to see. Yeah, the catcher being able to do all the walk-up dances. You're right by the
Right.
dancing ump and all the craziness. So like you're a big
Right.
big part of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you brought up, trying to make sure no ball goes by you. Did you have any, in the inter-squad games, did you have any moments where like someone did steal first, or like moments where you realized that there was a banana ball rule that you didn't quite like you didn't quite register yet?
Yes, inter squad. I was lucky in the games. No one stole first base on me. I think I can't know exactly. I think I had 2 balls by me, but they didn't steal, so I was good on that end. Inter squad, I definitely had balls go by that people stole. first base on. I threw a couple out though too. So it was kind of 50-50 because the thing about Savannah is it's the pads. So it really depends on like if it really pushes back or not. And it kind of depends on what field you're at. Like Louisville was a pretty big backstop. So like I was like, if something does get by, like it's pretty much gonna get there. There was a rule that we did not know, or I did not know. We were in showdowns. We were practicing showdowns, and a ball four sprint in a showdown. I had never played that.
Yeah.
So when the guy walked me and the pitcher and inter squad just looked at each other and the batter didn't know. And then our coach finally came out and was like, all right, this is what you have to do. So we like dry repped it. Like we did like a fake throw to home, or like we redid it, but the batter took and we worked on it because that was a rule. I had no clue. And also I didn't know if you get walked or hit by the pitch runner at second, I didn't know the hitter can't score. So say he hits it to a wall, it's only that one run. So I definitely didn't know that rule at all.
Yeah, no, we've been kind of getting into it this year and like learning some of them as they happen in showdowns as well. Like we learned about the second, but like I actually don't know if I knew what actually happens in a ball four sprint in showdowns.
Yeah, so the hitter takes off and he runs all the way around. The catcher has to hand the ball to the pitcher. So the big thing, like the big situational thing that you have to know with your pitcher is, hey, am I putting it in my glove for you to grab, or am I handing it to you? So you kind of, because some pitchers like to grab it out the glove and some like it handed to them. So there's a line. If you look at the Savannah field, Grayson Stadium, there's like a yellow line. The pitcher has to receive that ball and take off behind the runner. But of course, the runner has the head start. And once he touches third, he can throw it home. But it's so bang bang, they have to like touch third, run and jump, put like a crazy throw, and I got to put a crazy tag on. So it's like, it's never happened. And when we worked on it, we just kind of ran through it. We didn't go full speed. Because we didn't want anyone to get, it was like the end of practice. We had a hard practice. But yeah, thankfully it didn't happen. And the game that we went to showdown, I didn't catch. So I didn't have to worry about it too much. But yeah, it was crazy.
It's awesome. I mean, speaking of, you talked about going against the party animals, like they are the best team in Banana Ball right now, but especially then they were on a really hot streak. Like what was that like playing them, but specifically taking them down and winning a game against them?
Yeah, it was awesome. And to do it like in front of 15,000 was awesome. But like I said, dude, they are such good guys. And same with the Bananas. Like I didn't even see it as like a win for us. It was just like, just excited that we won a game and we had a group come together who didn't know each other and who hadn't played with each other at all. Just to be able to see like each and every single one of our players succeed, because everyone in that game on our lineup, and I believe everyone played that game, like played such an important role into that win. It wasn't like a one-man show to win that game. And that was what was really cool, and to win it for our coach and things like that. And the way, like, I think the party animals won the game one is seeing how they vibed in the locker room. They didn't rub it in our face or nothing like that. So it was just really cool to see everyone support people, and they were like happy, not the fact that we won, because, of course everyone wants to win, but, they were happy to see us succeed because they know how hard Banana Ball can be when you first come in. So it was definitely super fun. But the thing is, it's so competitive. It's like, we're 1-1. Let's go take game 3. It was like the unsatisfied, like, all right, great, we won, but like, it's not over. We got a game to go win before we can celebrate. Like, because it's just that college baseball mindset. And all these guys, I mean, they came from affiliate ball or college pretty much. And they know it's a 3-game series. So it's like, can we win the series? If not, it's like, great, we took one, but can we finish the deal? So it was really fun to see, and it was fun, but it was just good to see the guys just all congratulate us. And like, yeah, of course everyone wants to win, but just to see each and every person have success was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really cool to see. That's what we've heard from other players that we've talked to, where everyone's really competitive. The games are real, and they want to win, but when it comes down to it, people have really good relationships with everyone in the league. And so, are there any players that you look up to in the league? Anyone that has mentored you or anything like that?
Yeah, I would just kind of say the catching staff. Like, you talk about Bill LaCroix, you talk about Taylor Justice, you talk about Andy, Coach Baugh, Taj, dude, those guys, and even Joe for the firefighters, man, they helped me out when I was there, like learning these trick plays, catching and stuff. Like, it was so nice coming into an organization where they were like they physically were trying to help me, and that's half of my success was due to them behind the plate. Like, I didn't know how to lay forward or lay sideways and until things like that. And then I was telling Bill he has to help me. He can like freaking do the one behind the back and throw. Like, I can't quite do that. I'm learning. I'm trying to do it. And just to have them help me, like, it just meant the world to me because, dude, I was so young coming in and coming from college and, dude, every day checking in on me. Hey, how are you doing? Like, hey, or we're on a machine. Like, hey, try this, do this. This is easier when you go up, transfer under the legs, just small things like that. And then from a pitching standpoint, Andy for the Bananas, he's an awesome dude. He is awesome. He is so nice, so friendly. And I mean, honestly, even the part Jake Skull was super nice to me in the locker room. Fluke too for the party animals, man. Like just just making entertainment, with me and my fiance and stuff. Those guys were all so nice. And KJ do like being a visitor. He would come in our locker room, him and Ty before the game, just kind of like cooling our nerves and just rooting for us, man. It was really cool to see. I got the chance to talk to Jackson before the game, Olsen and talk to Reese and hit the cage with Reese. Just small stuff like that, man. And just, just giving some advice before going to the game was really cool, man. And I was super blessed. And there's not one person I met in the organization that I disliked or felt like they were rooting against me, man. And when I say it's family there, it's truly family.
That's awesome. I mean, you talked about a lot of the people you talked to and advice. Was there like one piece of advice that stuck out amongst the rest that you can remember receiving?
Yeah, I would say the advice, and they all said it, which was funny, is just be you. Don't try to be someone you're not. And so getting there, that's really what I stood by is, just be the Ashby Vining that I was when I was playing T-ball, coach's pitch, college, and then summer ball. Don't change who I am. I've always been an outgoing, kind of like play with more spunk type of guy. So don't try to force it. When the moment's there, take advantage of the moment. When not, like have the right feel and just be who I am and let that kind of let that go and just let it be enough. And don't ever think I'm not doing too much or doing too much. Just be Ashby and everything, should pan out.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, we definitely saw that. Like, again, like the entertainment side, like you looked at home, like when you hit the home runs, like the celebrations, like all of the different things, the dancing, like it was really cool to watch. You were definitely a standout amongst the other visitors.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, so following that advice seemed to really work out for you over those few weeks. You were the best in the most home runs and hits and batting average was you're in the top batting average as well for the visitors. Where do you see that success coming from? Why do you think you kind of just fit right in to Banana
Yeah,
Ball?
I think a lot of it is like, I always like to say my teammates and my coaches. Our head coach, Coach Crocco, and our assistant, Trey Paluski, and even our other assistant, Bryce Stober, even our other assistant, Bryce Stober, they helped me so much. And just the BP, Trey really, because, I actually, Trey was my coach for the Blowfish. So he kind of already knew my swing a little bit. So just having him there for the BP rounds and what Coach Crocco did with me that is so awesome is he kept me on the right path with the right train, not getting too big, too low. He really kept me being Ashby. Trey with BP, he made sure I was hitting my Alpo rounds. I was pulling the ball, not letting me just go up there and hit home runs every time. And picking Jordan Brewer and Peyton and those guys' brain, we all hit together, man. I'm talking, I have a third rounder, a College World Series, champ beside me, being able to pick their brain and, them helping me along the way and just small tweaks and things like that. And just learning from them because I'm so young, and just getting to see that. I think a lot of the success came from, those guys and being around them. And just the fact that I'm around so many dudes and so many good baseball players that I have to up my game. You know what I mean? Like I can't get too comfortable or think, college baseball wasn't enough. Going there and holding myself to that competitiveness. These guys are so good. Like what am I going to do? You know what I mean? Like I can't, I got to up my game as well. So I would definitely say, my coaches and my teammates and just the mindset of, I got to go compete too. But like I said, being able to pick their brain, if I hit one bad ball, like, Jordan all the time, hey, just getting a little out in front, or Peyton be like, hey, Tom, it's just a little off. And then just having Trey, man, like before pregame BP and Coach Stober, I hit off his BP a ton was really good. And this Coach Crocco just kind of keeping me, riding that train, that roller coaster we talked about, not riding it too high or too low, just kind of staying on that fine line. And I really, a lot of success towards them and my teammates for keeping me accountable.
That's incredible. Looking a little bit towards the future, obviously we're in like a middle ground right now where you played for the visitors and you and the rest of the visitors are kind of waiting to see what happens for next season. But like looking ahead, if you are able to get on a Banana Ball team next year, like is there an MLB stadium that you're like really excited to have the potential to play in?
Yeah, so if I had to pick an MLB stadium, I'm just gonna have to go Citi Field at Mets, man. I was from, I'm a Mets fan just because I was in New Jersey. Me and the fiance, we went to a Mets game. That was, like her first kind of MLB game, my first kind of MLB game. I might have been my second, I don't know, or her second, but just kind of enjoying that date night. And I still have a picture of us in like that right field, before the game. And I've always wanted to go hit BP on that. I think it would just be cool to remake that picture and be able to get on the field and hit and play in Citi Field. And if I hit a home run to see that big apple in center field go off would be awesome. So and I know so many people in the Jersey area to have them out to watch. Like, I would definitely say Citi Field would mean a lot to me if I got to that stadium.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that's a legendary stadium, and that would be really, really cool. So where do you see your Banana Ball career going in the future?
Yeah, so I just see myself prepping, staying ready for 2026, in goals to make a team in 2026. And just I'm continuing to hit, I'm continuing to throw, I'm continuing to work on trick plays. And really see myself being there and being so young. I'd just like to say the future's in the Lord's hands, whether I'm there 10 to 12 years or a year, you don't know. But I definitely plan to, settle down there for a while if I get the opportunity, and being so young to really build an entire career there, if that makes a lot of sense, to be there for a while and to give back to those kids who are out there. And it's just an amazing feeling to be able to give back. It was the coolest experience I've ever done in my life. That's how I say it. And I say it was a job that I wanted to go to every day. And when I had an off day, I missed it. And I've always been told, you're not going to find your dream job every time. Well, I found mine, and why would you leave a dream job? So that's definitely would be my answer to that one.
Awesome. I think we can jump back to that in a second, but I did want to call out there. You mentioned your faith right there, and I remember when you were the showman of the night, talking about that in the post game interview. Like, what role has your faith played in getting you here and on the day-to-day basis?
Oh my gosh, huge. I get on my hands and knees and pray every night. I was in a spot, coming from college, coming out. I didn't know what work looked like. I'm getting married in September 12th, so I'm getting married here in 3 or 4 weeks, and
Oh,
knowing,
congrats.
hey, I'm getting married, but I thank you. I could be jobless, like it's a little scary, and to put your faith in truly put your faith in the Lord. And I think He put me through that for many reasons, so just every night, even, you're only with the visitors 6 weeks, and I've played so much baseball. I've gone and batted, 500. And then there's been times I've been 0 for 20 starts, so it's one of those, you don't know what's going to happen. And not even saying that, that dictates a lot, like exactly how you're going to play baseball. But just trusting Him and knowing that His timing is the perfect timing. And I just prayed, whether this is for me, whether it's not, you're going to put me where I need to be, whether that's what I want or what I don't want, and just putting my trust in Him. And that's always go back with the Bananas, man. They Coach Rack and Andy, man, such faithful guys, and being there for you and praying together before the games and stuff like that. It plays a huge role. And I'm so blessed, and I'll always continue to put Him at first in my life for sure.
That's awesome. We appreciate that. We've seen that in our life as well, right? As you trust in the Lord, and sometimes you don't know where you're going next, but He always has the best plan. So yeah, thank you for that and for your example to people. That's something that we've really appreciated about the guys playing in Banana Ball, is how they want to share their faith and are so open with it, and seems like a really great environment.
Yeah, I actually I used to play with crosses on my face, but when I started catching, it started smearing everywhere. So I was like, I can't be doing that. So I go eye blacklist now in Banana Ball. I've always wore eye black, but I don't really do it. But I always wear it's a light blue crossband I always wear. And a buddy gave it to me at St. Peter's. We had the same company, and he was like, bro, it's light blue, take it. And I was wearing that the whole time at St. Peter's. And I was like, bro, I got to give this back. And he was like, ride it in Banana Ball, man, ride it. So I always wear it. I still have it and plan to wear it next year, if I get the opportunity to play. Just to always look down and remember why I'm here, and that what a bigger impact I have on these kids. And my impact here on life is not to create fame or to be this, is to lead people to Jesus Christ, because here on earth is temporary. You know what I mean? But heaven's eternal. So, my goal in life is to get to that eternalness and put my hope in Jesus Christ and let everything else fall in line.
That's incredible. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Jumping back to the future of Banana Ball, you said you're prepping all that stuff. One thing I have seen on your social media is you attempting to learn the backflip. Can you take us into why you wanted to, and kind of an update on where you're at in that progress right now?
So started a backflip. Fun fact, my mom is a cheer coach, and that's what she does.
Nice.
So I knew exactly who to go to, the right guy and everything. I just wanted a backflip because I know this is gonna sound crazy, but the first home run I hit in Louisville, I was around the third, and I was like, "Bro, do a backflip, do a backflip." I blacked out. But the one thing I was like, "Do a back." I've never done one, and of course I didn't do it. But I just had that thought, and I was like, "You know how sick that would be if you hit a home run and do a backflip, or if you punch a dude out, strike three at the end of the inning and do it in full gear." So I kind of hinted at that. But when I was there for the 6 weeks, the big thing was I don't want to go do a backflip and get hurt and now be out.
Yeah.
So now that I have time off, I'm going to work on the backflip. But what I didn't realize is I'm a big body going in the air. So it is a lot harder for me to get, I feel like, than other people. I've always had to work for what I've gotten to, so I am working hard. I currently can kind of do it on the trampoline and hard ground. I'm not going to lie and sit here and say I have a backflip and could throw it right now because I definitely do not. So it would be a cool thing to have in the bag. Whether I get that or not, we'll see. I'll keep everyone updated. And what I've done in my videos is be completely transparent. Like I've posted me busting like face first, like into my freaking neck, all that stuff, because I just want to be transparent through it. So I think I'll be able to get it. Yes. Will I be able to throw it? That's the difference. Because a lot of this backflip is mental. It is not even really as much physical. So getting over that hump and we'll see. Like I say, I just gonna continue to work hard at it. I go once a week. But we'll see if I get it, or if I could do like the backflip catch when a catcher pop up, that'd be insane.
Oh my gosh, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I'm always trying to up the game, like up the trick play. So just gonna continue to work at it. And the guy I trained was Coach Rutland. He does such a good job in making sure I stay healthy and don't get hurt. So we're really taking my time through it. It's not like I'm like I got to have this in 3 weeks. So really making sure I do it step by step so that I don't get hurt.
Yeah. I had another question here. You mentioned, being a good example for the kids and that, watch you play. I was just wondering where do you see banana ball going in the future? The kids growing up watching baseball all seem to really love banana ball, and it's kind of changing the kind of the trajectory of the sport. Where do you see like banana ball in general going in the future?
Yeah, I see kids, growing up doing trick plays, wanting to play banana ball. Like that's their goal. And I think it's going to come to a decision. Me coming from college, it was like, hey, do I get drafted? What do I do? If I do get drafted, do I choose to play banana ball or do I go get drafted? So I think it's going to be decisions like that. You're going to see a kid be really good in college and he's going to have to make the decision, hey, do I want to go play banana ball and play right away, or do I want to go grind in the MLB for, 5-6 years and possibly not make it? And I think that's a decision, they'll have to make. But, man, just seeing those kids be there and stuff. And I always tell people, man, my funnest part about banana ball is the plaza parties and before the games. Getting to meet the fans, sign out. Like, I love signing autographs before the games. And, like, I'm so loud when I do it. Like, I'm screaming and dancing to the music while I'm signing before the game. And after game, like, that is so fun to me. It's like meeting the people and the plaza party and doing that in Louisville. And they have like a really nice, like, inside concourse. And the party animals, man, don't get it wrong. They have a sick headliner. And end of the night dancing, with a little girl making their night. It's just cool, man. And the whole experience is just awesome. It's super fun.
That's incredible. Do you have a favorite moment that you had with the fans?
Yeah, so definitely I would say when I had done my interview, it was over and I saw all these kids lined up, in the stadium. And usually, I go straight under to make sure I go to the plaza party, but I was like, man, I'm not going to leave these kids hanging. And there was, one little fan who really wanted an autograph and a picture. So I made sure to get it with her and just be able to sign their balls really quick and make the plaza party was really, really cool because I felt like I got to impact them because they sat there and waited for it all to end while everyone else head to the plaza party. So I got to really impact them, which was pretty cool.
I love that. Yeah, you definitely have to have an eye for that because like some people just would go straight down. So kudos to you for looking for that and making the moment for them. That's awesome. Yeah. So like definitely like in the future with all of the youth, all of those things, with those banana ball fan moments, was there one that you witnessed somebody else do, whether it was a player or Jesse Cole? Like what was like one of the coolest things that you saw there?
Yeah, I would just say like seeing my teammates, like, dude, we would leave at the very last minute to make sure we would get autographs before the game. Like we have VIB. Did I say P or B? It was VIB is what it's called. And dude, it would be scripted to get out of there at 4:45 so we could go right away, or 3:45. And we were there like 3:50 and security's like, all right, we got to go. Cause we were loving it. We're like, hey, we got to sign all their stuff. And I hated leaving, it's one of those things. It's like, dang, I want to sign everything before I play. So just seeing them and then just getting all the players, the Party Animals headliner, picking a small little girl and dancing out there. It was really, really cool. And to see that and to see those fans stick around to the very end is just so awesome to see. So I would definitely say that's really cool. It's just seeing everyone and how because we didn't know how we were going to react to fans necessarily, like our first time all kind of being together, you don't know. And to see us all just be good on that level, and our coach did a really good job of that. And we'd have people come to practice and we would always make sure to go up to them. And our coach did a really good job making sure that fans came first for sure. And seeing him, like, we took pictures. And I would definitely say my favorite moment of fans first is we had a bachelor party come to the field during an inter squad. Okay. And the dude wanted a bat off Knuckles. So we gave him
No way.
we did a showdown. We did a showdown with him hitting and Knuckles. He ended up getting out, but we acted like we botched the ball around, so he scored at home. And I was like, that's got to be the coolest bachelor story I've ever heard. You show up at the Bananas field, you see the visitors practicing, and you get a live at bat off Knuckles. You can't script that.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
That might be
So
up
that
there
was a
with,
cool fans first moment.
Yeah, that might be up there with one of the best fans first moments that we have heard of so far. That is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's something that I've really appreciated with Banana Ball is like the accessibility to the fans of just like, and I think that's part of why it's growing and why there's so many young fans, because you go to the ballpark and the people that you're watching on the field are coming up to you, you get to interact with them. So it's just really cool to see all that you guys are doing.
It's so awesome. It's really cool getting to meet the fans and being like, heck, man, I was DH in one game, and to be able to have the opportunity, the gates opened, everyone goes and like DH, and I'm like, catching's a little different. I got to go stretch and stuff. I'm like, DH, man, I just got to show up and hit. I went back out. So people who were pulling up to the field like at like 6:45, I'm taking pictures with us, shaking their hands, dancing, and I got my phone in my back pocket, and I'm like, oh crap, it's like it's 6:46. I got to get back. We're about to do lineups, but being able to be out there and like sign stuff and not have to like make sure I'm throwing and stuff because I was DHing, it's just awesome. Man, I was in the stands during like one inning and I was DHing, and I'm like, I was in the stands while we were in the field, just like chatting up and dancing out there. Like to be able to have that access and do it's just so much fun.
Yeah, we love that. Like, especially like in the smaller stadiums too, you get those moments, but like even hearing in like the football stadiums where they'll go up to like the third deck and just like all these crazy things. But on that topic, like, is there like a football stadium, or like what are your thoughts on the potential of like playing in a place as crazy as that?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. From South Carolina, so if I got to play in the Clemson or South Carolina, I think that'd be a really cool stadium to play in. From a football stadium for sure, that would be really, really cool, because I knew a lot of people who actually went to the Clemson game. So to be able to say like I was a player there and stuff, if I got that opportunity, it would be really cool.
Yeah, that field was insane this year, and running down into down the hill into Death Valley. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. You talk about Grayson Stadium, that place packs a punch, man. I was like coming from Louisville for 15,000, and I don't know how much the stadium holds at Grayson. I want to say 6,000. Don't quote me on that. That could be wrong. But dude, it is loud. And the one thing about Grayson Stadium is that music like is right behind home plate. Like it is bumping behind the plate. Like I felt like Louisville was bumping because there were so many people, but it's like a stadium, so everything's kind of like around, so it's more of like an around. Dude, those people in the concourse don't play in Savannah, and playing against the Bananas, man, there are some banana fans. So that bumping, you talk about feeling more uncomfortable. I feel like it was tougher to hit at Grayson Stadium than it was in Louisville because of that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we've been talking about how like it kind of feels like it's the home stadium for the Bananas, obviously, but like the Party Animals this year have been just crazy in Grayson Stadium. So like just feeling that vibe, and they kind of know what to expect. Where like seems like you guys might have been off on the left foot a little bit, not expecting it.
I was like, dang, this place bumps, man. So it was we always laugh about that. We're like, where's it harder to hit, Louisville or Grayson? And dude, I'm telling you, Grayson with that music and those fans, just like, it's nothing like a home experience. But dude, Louisville, it was bumping too. They were both just bumping, just two totally different experiences. One, it's coming from all over, spread out, and then Grayson Stadium, it's like right behind. It was just cool, man. It was cool.
Now, what is that like batting with music playing? Like seems very different from college ball or other things like that kind of experience.
Yeah.
Like, is it hard to like dial in and focus?
It is. So I like to say like it's tougher, but when I get in the box, I'm so locked in, like you kind of forget everything going on. like my big checklist is like, hey, make sure you're ready to hit because it works so quick and don't step out the box. Other than that, like I don't, it's playing, but you just, and we did a good job in inter squad too, blaring the music. So it's something I feel like you can you get used to, but you don't at the same time. It's like you learn to like I just learned to really like get into it, and freaking Ty and KJ and stuff, they like sing during the at bat. And I'm like, all right, I don't think I could do that. Like, I don't think I like could dance and sing while I'm in the box, but like, who knows? But they've been doing it so long. So I just really just kind of stay focused and locked in on the pitcher the whole time.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that would be yeah, I've always wondered what kind of effect that music is, because it's just constant and so loud, and a big difference than regular baseball. So that's a cool insight there. Do you have any more questions?
Yeah, I think we do maybe like a lightning round so that people can get to know you a little bit better.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
So what would your favorite food be?
My favorite food is ham, for sure. Ham.
I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever heard someone say that's their favorite food, period.
Yeah, I can dog down some ham now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like would you say movies or TV shows?
Movies, for sure, movies.
Favorite movie?
Favorite movie, I'm gonna have to go with, oh gosh, y'all put me on the spot. I like Elf from freaking Christmas Movie.
There you go. That's awesome.
Yeah, like favorite movie, probably Elf.
That's amazing. Favorite sport outside of banana ball and baseball?
Basketball, 100%. I love hooping. I don't hoop anymore because you get hurt so easy, but I've always loved growing up, loved playing basketball.
Favorite, I know you said the Mets are your favorite baseball team, but other than that, favorite sports team?
Favorite sports team other than the Mets. I mean, I have to go to St. Peter's Peacocks, man, and
Nice.
anything they do. I'm an alum, graduated there. I bleed Peacock, I bleed Navy. So I mean, whether it be basketball, soccer, the baseball team, softball, man, I'm always gonna root for my alum.
Were you there when they made the Elite Eight, or was that before?
Yeah, so I got there the year after they made it, but then they did make the tournament while I was there.
Okay.
So they
cool.
played Tennessee. Yeah, so they won, and then they went to the tournament. They lost in the round of 64, but I was there one year they made it.
Yeah, that was a crazy, I mean, still one of the craziest March Madness moments ever. A 15 seed making the Elite Eight. It's insane.
If you could play banana ball anywhere, no limits, where would it be? Craziest place.
Craziest place I could play, no limits. I mean, I'm trying to think here. I'd probably go Citi Field, Citi Field,
awesome.
I think would be cool, yeah.
Incredible. What's one thing that people may not know about you that you'd like them to know?
One thing that people don't, I'm trying to think here. I feel like I'm an open book. Let's go with, I love swimming. I don't know if people know that about me. I'm a huge aqua fiend. I just love being in water, whether that's the ocean, lake, pool, hot tub. I just love water.
That's awesome. So I did see like the surfboard with some of the visitor stuff.
Yeah. I enjoy surf. I went on vacation this last week and went surfing some. I'm still learning. I'm not gonna say I'm pro by any means. But yeah, I enjoy surfing.
Awesome. Well, where can people find you? Plug some of your social media here. Where can people find some of the see what you're doing and your journey to play more banana ball?
Yeah, so my Instagram is Ashby_Vining, and I believe my TikTok's the same, Ashby_Vining. And then YouTube, Ashby_Vining. So everything's just kind of Ashby_Vining. A follow would be awesome. So for sure.
Incredible. Yeah. So we'll put them all in the description. So for those watching, be sure to go down there and follow Ashby. He shared a lot of really cool stuff. And especially now that you've heard some of the story on the backflip, you gotta go follow him and find out the rest of the story.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Ashby, for joining us today. It was really good to get to know you, and best of luck to your career going forward.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. And thank y'all for coming on. I love what y'all are doing. It's so cool to see. And you guys need to follow Banana Breakdown podcasts because they are good dudes on and off the camera. Trust me, I know them off the camera and on, and they're such good supporters, and they know their stuff. It's a trusted source for sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for having me on, man. It was awesome. And I'm glad I got to come on.